Hey, what's up? This is Seb Sanford, and you're watching my favorite highlights of 2017. Can you ever imagine what Toronto would be like without a white Christmas? It's snowing outside, and that's what I like about Toronto in winter. Anyways, let's continue our highlights of 2017 with the following questions. Let's do it. The first movie soundtrack that I liked this year was the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack for this year, 2017. And I really like the reimagining of all of those classic songs from the 1991 classic Disney animated movie. And I like the way that Alan Menken wrote about 3 new songs for that movie, the live action remake. And I think that's something that I like about Disney, like making animated movies and then reimagining them like so on, like 20 or 30 something years ago. And that's my favorite Disney soundtrack of this year. And the second one is the 50 Shades Darker soundtrack, even though I haven't watched the film and I'm not 18 yet. And the reason I like that soundtrack is because I like the song from Zayn and Taylor Swift, and that the soundtrack also included Nick Jonas and Kygo and 2 little pieces of Danny Elfman's music from that film. So, suppose when I turn 18 and over, probably I'll have a go at watching 50 Shades, even though I haven't watched it yet. I'd rather stick with the soundtracks first, and that's sort of chillful to listen to, if you know what I mean. Number 3, the soundtrack to The Greatest Showman. I love all the songs from the film. Like Hugh Jackman, he's fantastic at singing, and fantastic at being the Wolverine. But in this movie, he's P.T. Barnum, and he's talented for what he does in that film. Like P.T. Barnum invented the circus, and the songwriters of La La Land wanted to make new songs for that movie, The Greatest Showman. And I feel like the soundtrack should be like one big pop record. And number 4, I think, is soundtrack to Sing. I like the way that the actors in the film who are playing the main characters in this film, except Matthew McConaughey, I like it when all of them are singing covers of their favorite songs, like Katy Perry and probably Bananarama and all that stuff. But the one I like is Tori Kelly singing Hallelujah and Don't You Worry About a Thing. I think she has the perfect voice, and and I think this is her first animated movie. So, soundtrack to Sing is my favorite as well. And 5, and Olaf's Frozen Adventure. That's the soundtrack I like as well. And I also like the short film. And it all has to do with the Christmas traditions and Olaf trying to find the right tradition for Anna and Elsa. And I gotta say, like, Josh Gad, the voice behind Olaf, I think he's brilliant. He's great at playing a Disney character. And Olaf, he's my favorite character. So, Merry Christmas, Josh Gad, and to you, Olaf, if you're watching this right now. So, those are all my favorite movie soundtracks of 2017. My favorite albums in 2017. I only have a few that I got in my mind right now, and I couldn't even think about it yet. But firstly, I have to start off with Harry Styles' self-titled debut solo album. I think he's done a really good job, like, on his solo project after leaving the boys of One Direction, and his genre of music is focusing on rock, British rock music, and the one that inspired, like the one song that is inspired by other rock songs is probably Kiwi, and that's something to rock along to. And I kind of like the whole album all the same, and that's what I like about Harry Styles. And the second one is from another 1D boy, Niall Horan, with Flicker, and and his genre of solo music focuses on pop folk music, which is now focusing on what inspired other artists. Oh, good grief, I don't know what I'm going to say right now, but I think his pop folk music is inspired by the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and all that stuff. And I think he has that wonderful voice, that fantastic Irish voice, and I can't wait to see what he does on his live tour dates. And hoping that he will make a second solo album, I suppose. Or maybe I wish that Niall and the rest of the One D Boys, except Zayn, will come back together to make a comeback album. That's what everyone is waiting for. And so am I. Anyway, the third album. I like Elvis's Christmas album with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Like, I enjoyed listening to those other two albums, The Wonder of You and If I Could Dream. And the Christmas music on that album, I think it's more calmful and more relaxing. And that's what I really like about Elvis's reimagining of those songs, even though he left the building 40 years ago. And I'm really proud of what he's done over the past years. And I think the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra have done a really good job making those three albums, including the Christmas album. And I'm hoping that the orchestra will make a fourth album in 2018, probably at the end of the year. So, thank you very much, Elvis. And I'm hoping I can listen to all of your other music and watch your movies, Elvis. That's all I can say. And the fourth album, the last one, another one that the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra has done, they focus on Aretha Franklin. Like, I love that album, A Brand New Me. And the orchestra are reimagining the classic songs from Aretha because she's a soul singer, and that's what I like about her. And the songs that I like on that album is Think about what you're trying to do to me. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know why I'm saying that to you, but and the second song is Respect, and that's the one I really like. RESPECT. Why am I doing this right now? But so that's what I love about Aretha Franklin. And now that I'm listening to soul music and all that stuff, so yeah. And I think that's the favorite albums of 2017 that I've got already.